Hey y'all, welcome back to the Orisha series. Before we move forward into the next energy center, I want to pause and share something important. A lot of people ask me how I started working with the Orisha and why I teach about them the way I do. And the truth is, this wasn't about chasing a new religion. It was about identity. It was about representation. It was about remembering who I am. What drew me in is when I started researching African spirituality. Something in me woke up that I didn't even know was asleep. Most of us was raised in systems that never showed us us. We didn't see black divinity. We didn't see black gods and goddesses who moved like us, felt like us, or understood our real experiences. The Orisha changed that for me. They really changed that for me. They have personality, humor, fire. They get attitudes. They're soft. They're deep. They have flaws, and they're very wise. They teach you lessons through their own personal experiences. What drew me in the most is that I didn't feel like I had to shrink to learn from them. I didn't have to be perfect, and I didn't have to pretend that I had everything together. And let me be clear, you don't have to work with the Orisha. But learning about them, their energies, their lessons, their symbolism can teach you a lot about yourself. Every Orisha mirrors something: a life lesson, a spiritual strength, a shadow, a purpose, a behavior pattern. The knowledge alone activates something. It builds awareness, it sharpens identities, and it expands emotional intelligence. Our community deserves to see itself reflected in divinity. We deserve spiritual systems that uplift us, educate us, and affirm us. Understanding the Orisha, I learned that spirituality isn't about chasing perfection. It's about knowing yourself, honoring your lineage, and understanding the energies that live within you. Even if someone never calls an Orisha by name, this knowledge can still transform their life. When parents learn, parents empower their children. When parents understand these energies, their kids grow up with emotional awareness, confidence, and identity. This journey is deeper than spirituality. This is teaching self-awareness. This is teaching self-identity. This is cultural. This is ancestral. This is healing. This is representation in its highest form. Now that you understand why this series matters to me, let's move on to the next Orisha. Today, we're introducing Oya, the Orisha of storms, winds, sudden change, death, and rebirth. People hear her name and they get scared. They hear storms, destruction, and they automatically think, oh no, I don't want that energy around me. But the way people talk about Oya sounds a lot like the way people talk about black women. You know the stereotype. The so-called angry black woman, loud, too much, too emotional, too intense. People see the storm, but never ask what created it. They tend to judge the expression, but never honor the pressure. Oya gets that same treatment spiritually. They focus on her lightning, but not her discernment. They focus on her winds, but not her wisdom. They focus on what she tears down, but not what she makes room for. She is not chaos. She is necessary change. And what a lot of people don't understand about Oya is her rage isn't just rage. When Oya comes through like a storm, it's not because she wants to destroy your life. Her intensity comes from seeing what you refuse to see, feeling what you suppress, watching you suffer in cycles you were meant to outgrow. She is the part of you that says, enough. We are not doing this anymore. Sound familiar? If you're a black woman, you've seen this energy before. That moment she holds everything together, shows up for everyone, swallows her truth to keep the peace, and then one day she storms. She cries, she transforms. People call it anger, attitude, or doing too much, but underneath that is heart, compassion, and truth that nobody listened to when it was a whisper. Now, Oya does have a shadow, and that includes impulsiveness, sudden change, cutting things off fast, and high emotional intensity. Shadow does not mean evil. Shadow means ungrounded power, power without a container. Now in her light, she clears stagnation. She pushes you into your purpose. She ends what drains you. She exposes truth. She protects your transformation. She's not frightening. She's freeing. If you've ever been labeled too emotional, too direct, too intense, too honest, If you've ever hit a breaking point and said, I can't do this anymore, and your whole life rearranged, you might see yourself in Oya. She walks you through storms with your head high, your boundaries clear, and your spirit reborn. So don't be afraid of her. Respect her, yes. Honor her, absolutely. But fear her, no ma'am. She doesn't destroy you. She destroys what's destroying you. So when you hear Oya's name, don't just think of storms. Think of truth, release, rebirth, courage, and that sacred moment where you finally choose yourself. If you've ever survived a storm and came out wiser, you've already met her. So before we close out, I want to make something abundantly clear. I am teaching, I'm educating, and giving context. I'm not telling you to call on anything you can't handle, don't understand, or can't tap out of. This is knowledge, culture, and identity work. Not initiation, not recruitment, not pressure. Take what resonates, learn what applies, and leave the rest alone. As always, until next time, stay divinely guided.